This day came a lot sooner than you imagined. Hi, Lilaps. The day when I'm kissing massive...
Demon Destroyer Raid.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are riding high. You're riding high on that victory of yours.
Listen, we beat
What?
up a big strong
Mega Man
demon.
drops January 7th. Sorry.
What?
What?
You activated the part of my brain that knows Zoomer memes.
Okay, cool. I don't know what that means, but hi. Hello, everyone. We start with our usual just random banter based off of what Oshio's raid message is, which is now a staple of our D&D sessions. Good job, Oshio.
You're welcome.
You defined the start of the streams. You realize that, right? Your raid
you should
message.
have thought about that before allowing me to stream and raid into you right after my streams. So
yes, I allow you to do that. I permit you to do such a thing.
It is your fault.
It is my fault, yes. But here's the thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my god, I am zoned out. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi everyone. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Thank you. But ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals, we are here for episode 17, I know the numbers, 17 of season 2 of Amara's Angels. Yes,
Woo, yeah.
aka the Demon Destroyers. Would you like to rename yourselves to the Demon Destroyers from now on?
Oh, I feel like Angels leans into that already.
That's actually very
true.
Holy shit.
Is it Demons and Destroyers, or D and D, or is it just DD?
You ruined it, RB. You ruined it for everyone. No.
Shaking my head, RB.
Yeah, shaking my
SMH my head.
SMH my head. Yeah, there we go. I was trying to go there. Wow. So, I am here joined by my beautiful, beautiful friends. One of them y'all probably don't know. Goes by the name of Ocean X.
I don't know who Osho is, but I hear they're pretty cool, actually.
I only know
kind of
Gala.
epic.
I only know Gala. I don't know Osho. I only know Gala. Then we have the wonderful Raining Blades.
Hi, everyone.
Why do you insist on doing this when he's not around?
That's because not here.
Wow. And finally, well, because we're still waiting on one player. And finally, for now, we have the wonderful Savian. Hi, Sev.
Mega Man drops January 7th. Listen!
Cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna be right back because I need the loo before we start.
I'm just gonna do a recap of what
Thank
happened
you.
last session.
Get back.
So last session, y'all fought a demon, and that was it. No, I'm kidding. So that's the fastest recap ever in existence in the history of everything. But yes, in the last episode of Amara Angels, I forgot to put on music. Give me a moment.
No, I'm pretty sure you remembered to put on music last time.
There we go. It's not a lot of music, but it's something. So, in the last episode of Amara's Angels, the party was instructed by the leader of Nithrain, the village of deep dwarves and deep gnomes that they have been basically living in for the last couple of weeks, um, to go and kill the demon that the party released. Yes, there was this gigantic demon that was chained up deep underground. The party decided to make a deal with this fiend that it would help them get what they want, and in return they would also free him. So they freed him and discovered that other NPCs also had a deal with this demon. I keep calling him a demon; he's just a fiend. He's a nondescript fiend. Let's go with that. They made some NPCs had made a deal with this fiend. In exchange for power, they promised to murder those closest to them and give their souls to the fiend to nourish him. Hellion, the fiend, after being freed, began to summon his army. He still intended on helping the angels with their task, helping the party with their task, through the summoning of a lot of fuck you fiends that would start attacking the city of undead that the party has been trying to get into for the last 17 episodes. Yes. Actually more, because part of season 1 was also trying to get to the location where the city was located. But yes, things backfire. The leader of the village discovered that the party was involved in releasing this demon, and all the bad things that have been happening. And he said that he wants the party to kill the demon because he's not about to have a powerful fiend around his village, even if he is aiming to help the party with something. The party reluctantly agreed, seeing that the fiend, oh my god, the fiend was more trouble than he was worth, and the party gathered up some allies, the Gloomstalkers, a group of rangers, not completely rangers, but a group of problem solvers in the underground, and a battle ensued with the fiend called Hellion, along with 2 of the transformed NPCs. Battle happened, murder, lots and lots of murder, lots of near murder for the party. The party managed to survive in a way that is best described as somehow, and as the last of the enemies fell, the party healed each other as best they could to bring them all back to their feet and witness the destruction that they had caused. The body of Hellion, the fiend, general of the Demon King, albeit in a very weakened state, laying before them, along with 2 very, very dangerous salamanders that they killed. And that, my friends, is where we're going to resume. Hi, Spyro.
Hello.
Hello, Spyro Proxy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I just finished the recap. So we're gonna jump right back in where we left. I'm going to assume that Oshio is already among us. Among us? No, she is not. All right.
Also, he's being sus.
Oshio is being sus. Oshio is being sus. I was waiting for one of you to do an Among Us joke. But that's fine. That's fine. So, the party decided to heal each other. You all look at each other after some of you awaken with. I mean, Ivar was down and Frey was down. I don't think anyone else was knocked out, but Polites was struggling. Gala is currently struggling. Gala is at 2 HP. Good job, Gala. Polites is at 14 HP. Sherry did not take any damage. Violet, you took a heavy blow, but that was about it, right?
Yeah.
And Ivar is struggling, but as you can see by the HPs, everyone had a really good time, you know? Everyone had a really good time. But we return. And I now have 2 villain points, which I don't know if I'm gonna get to use because the villains are currently dead, but I appreciate it. I appreciate Aaron. Don't worry, Aaron. If I don't use the villain points, they go back. The points you use, they go back to you. Don't worry about that. I refund them as is fair. Yeah, everyone is very fine, definitely. So, as we return, you do see that the Gloomstalkers are like gathering around each other, trying to make sure everyone is okay. What is everyone doing?
Politis would like to start undressing Hellion and, cutting open his chest and
Oh
removing the
my!
Demon Lord's heart.
Oh my!
It's a Demon Lord
He's
right
not a
over there.
demon
Like,
lord. He's a general. Is a general of a demon king. There's
yeah,
a
he's a
difference.
bitch. He's dead. He died. He couldn't handle us.
You were at like
But
2
yeah,
HP before you got healed.
Details.
Uh
But
huh.
like,
Get
there's
the
this.
XP for both the freeing the fiend quest and killing the fiend, right?
Yeah, totally. That's how it works. That's totally how it works, Sev. Good job.
But like,
Oh,
Politis would like to do an unboxing of components that on a corpse.
okay. So
That's my point.
before you
What did I
start,
just hear? Sorry.
yeah, Polites wants to strip down the dead body of the demon. Um, Before you do that, Polites, would you like to make a let me
Yes.
okay. Would to know what you can harvest from these creatures, you're gonna have to do a roll. Would you like to
Which
do that
one?
roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else would also like to do a roll? It's an Arcana roll because both of them are.
Yeah, I'll do the roll as well. As soon as I log on, sorry, I forgot to do that.
How dare you, Osio? It's almost like you were busy streaming or something. Okay, so
There we go.
if you have proficiency with Arcana, or you have Polites, you don't have proficiency with Arcana, but since you do have proficiency with harvesting tools, I will allow you to do the roll. So both of you can roll Arcana to see if you know what you can harvest from Hellion, and then another roll
Mhm.
to see if you can see what you harvest from the two salamander fiends.
Are we saying anyone with Arcana proficiency does
Yes,
the
if you have
roll,
Arcana
or
proficiency, you can roll.
okay?
Question. I don't have proficiency with Arcana, but I do have proficiency with the kit.
That's why
Do
I'm
I
giving.
roll with proficiency?
No.
Okay.
You roll Arcana. You roll
Okay, okay.
Arcana.
Okay, got it.
I don't
Oh.
have proficiency with either, so I'm gonna go over here to hang out
Sherry,
with
yeah,
these guys.
just mingle, Sherry.
I'm
It's
gonna
fine.
mingle and not look at the corpse mutilation.
Can I,
Uh-huh.
seeing, hang on.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what where you're trying to go with this. Go on.
I'm just wondering whether it would be worth it.
You're wondering
Hmm.
whether it's worth it. Okay.
You know, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Gala not
Mhm.
doing so well herself. However, Politis did a little bit better, and seeing that Politis seems to know a bit more, Gala kind of like she like raises her finger. She's like, Politis, I think I know actually a little bit more about like that thing that you're saying about how to harvest the demon, as she uses her flash of genius.
Flash of Genius.
Yeah. To
A level 7 ability that has yet to be used because you.
Just so we're clear, Violet, I added a d6 to mine, so I actually have the highest roll. If that matters.
Okay. Then
So,
actually, this was a response to that.
Anything.
Okay. So
What did
the Flash of
oh, you
Genius
added a
and
4.
what?
Okay, yeah. Well, that makes yours a dirty 20. So yeah, actually, yeah. So yeah,
And-
Flash of Genius adds my intelligence modifier to an ability check.
Okay.
If I use a reaction. So
Okay.
that adds 3 to Violet's 17 for a dirty 20.
Okay, you want to know what the best thing is? You needed a 19 to figure out what you can actually harvest from Hellion.
Flash of Genius is one of my favorite artificer abilities. It's so good.
It's a really good ability. Okay, Violet. As you step forward, while everyone is looking at Hellion, trying to figure out, you start to hear Polites and Gala talking, and then you start to, as you catch hints from them, it starts putting pieces together. And then Violet, there's something else. You start hearing, it's almost like Harson's voice talking, but it's not to you. It's almost like a memory that feels foreign to you, but at the same time not. As you get this memory of Harson looking at Hellion and muttering about all the pieces that he could take from him before giving up and just turning around and leaving. And you find, as all of this mixes in your head, you realize that the horns can be used for, according to a mixture of Gala's artificer abilities and knowledge, and Harson's gift from the past. You get that Hellion's horns can be used for something. His blood can be used. His tail can be used, and his heart can be used for crafting different things. So the horn, can be used for a horn of fiendish voice. It's a very weak item. You would have it's not something overly complicated, but it's a horn of fiendish. I don't know why I did that, but it's a horn of fiendish voice. Why did everyone zoom into Violet for no reason? Okay.
I think Massive has a case of the fiendish voice right now.
Do I have a case of the fiendish voice?
No, I meant like because you keep stumbling over your words.
I,
I'm just making fun of you.
I,
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
not.
teasing you.
Listen, I know I'm not drunk today, but for some reason I sound like I am. It's I'm gonna say it's because it's been 2 weeks since I've been a DM, and
Yeah.
just not used to it. All right, so one of the horns can be used to make a horn. Each of them can be made into a horn of fiendish voice. I'm gonna say, because it makes more sense that the alchemist would realize this, and she rolled decently enough. I'm gonna say that Polites, you know that the blood can be used for one of two things. For either potions of fire resistance, they can definitely be used for those, or for a bottled fiendish fire.
I don't know what that is, but resisting fire sounds very cool.
Yes. Usually very cool. The tail can be used for a wound wound biter whip can be made into a whip, a magical whip, and the heart can be made into a living lamp. Those are all magical items. But you also know that harvesting these all in good condition, some of them is going to be very difficult to do that. At least in good enough condition to craft anything from them. Would you like to roll for the salamanders? And you just got a hero point from Scribs.
Oh, thank you.
Of
So do
course.
we all get a roll for those of us who can roll for the
Yeah, everyone that rolled for Hellion, you can roll for the salamanders.
Alrighty.
It's a way lower DC. Also, thank you, Index.
Good thing it's a low EDC because most of us aren't rolling great.
It's a far lower DC.
I did pretty good though.
It's a DC 13, yeah. So Violet is so focused on Hellion that she has no freaking clue what's going on.
I mean, to be fair, her memories are about what could be harvested from Hellion, not this weird salamander guys.
This is very true. Polites and Gala, both of you know that both the blood and the scales can be harvested from these creatures, from these salamander type monsters. The blood can be used to make salamander fire, which is a type of oil that is applied to a weapon, and the scales can be turned into shields, magical shields.
This is the best loot we've ever had, like in years.
Also, Gala, did you say last week that you were going to use detect magic, or am I misremembering that?
I can't remember, but I can use it.
It's up to you if you want to use it.
I'll use it.
You use it, all right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Thanks for the idea.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe I did say it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Because usually it's what you do, like immediately after a fight. You just go detect magic.
I think we talked about it in chat, in Discord chat.
Yeah, I remember something like that. All right. So when you do that, you do recognize the armor. The armor itself is magical. The rest of his equipment isn't.
The armor of Hellion, or
yes, Alien's plate armor is magical.
Oh, okay. Do I have? I do. Well, then Gala's going to take a moment. She pulls out her tools. She's hobbling around, scorched by flames.
With 2 HP, yes.
Yeah. But she still pulls out her stuff from the non-melted pieces of her armor, and will begin to cast Arcane Assessor as a as a ritual on the armor.
So it takes 10 minutes to cast?
Yeah.
All right.
Because since we didn't have time to prepare other spells, I still have downtime spells prepared.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. All right, so Polites, you begin to climb on top of this giant creature that was Hellion. And as you do that, you notice that Gala is starting to inspect the creature. Are you just going to give her space because she's using it on the armor?
I'm just making.
yes.
There's something magical about the armor. I'm just checking what it does beforehand. Might be a good idea.
In the meantime, I can
So
just.
you could maybe try and get the horns or something because the armor doesn't cover those.
She nods and turns
Alright.
back at the lava guys and just using the harvesting kit will try to harvest the blood first.
Oh, okay. So basically, what's going to happen? So just so you know how this works, is you're going to do one roll, and depending on the DC, I'll tell you what you managed to get from that roll. Okay.
Okay, but that includes blood and scales.
That is one roll for each creature, and whatever you get from the DC, because
Okay.
each body part has a set DC to actually harvest it properly.
But
Yes.
like if
Yes, everyone, this is Monster Hunter now. We are now playing
if I hit
Monster
a
Hunter.
certain DC, like if I hit a certain DC, will I get the items under it as well?
Yes.
Okay.
This isn't
Nice.
like you need to do one roll for each body part. You do one roll, and whatever you roll is whatever you get in
Perfect.
full. All right?
Question: Am I able
Yes.
to use reactions while doing my ritual?
No, not this time, because you're focusing on the ritual.
I might be able to help harvest things if you wait for me to do this first.
Alex looks annoyed at Gala.
Well, do you want to break anything? I don't think so.
And she just stared annoyed at Gala.
Listen, this will
Ivor
only take
waiting.
like a couple of minutes.
Ivar steps in. I would recommend we all sit down and rest for at least, I don't know, an hour or so,
This is also a good idea.
so we can recover our strength, just in case.
We don't know if his blood will boil us if we touch it, and even if it mildly stings, I'll probably pass out. So
I just look at Gala. If she touches anything, she will die.
if I get a splinter, it's over for me.
Politis,
Your
would you like
words
some water?
bounce off Politics like a ball into a wall. He does not move. He just stares annoyed at Gala
Okay.
for 1 hour. Does it count as a short rest?
Yeah, that's what Ivar is proposing, to have a short rest.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a short rest then. It's pretty you can have your short rests, no problem. Sindri and the rest are also gonna have a short rest. You can have your short rests now.
So this is we're doing another short rest for today.
My identifier would, well, it's not identifier. Sorry, my arcane assessor
Yes, of
would
course.
go off before the short rest. So
I know, but you can let's just say that she's just considering all the options and just only.
I'll roll for my short rest then.
All right. Oh, Frey, you should have way more hit points than this. What are you doing, Frey?
Oh, Frey, you silly Billy. I think there's loads of dice being rolled right now and doesn't
Yeah.
like it.
Okay, so question. So I obviously my character sheet says. Oh, never mind. It was
What?
just like my character sheet said originally I was at full health, and I was like, that's not right.
Does it still say that?
No, it doesn't. I closed it out and.
Ah.
No.
All right. Cool. So, Politis, are you also rolling for your HP? I know Sherry doesn't need it.
Is there a short rest button or something?
Yes. So in your character sheet,
Oh,
if
I
you go
see.
to character sheet, there's a bed under your character portrait. You hover over it, and then you click the first little hourglass. It says short rest. Then you click on the roll button.
Also, I didn't have any dice available, so that's why I didn't roll any.
Oh, you don't
I
have.
don't know how. But yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah,
you
it's
used
weird.
them. You used them all before the fight. Oh yeah, because of the other fight. You know, the one where you finished it all by yourself.
Yeah, that's what's strange. I don't remember taking a lot of damage. Maybe
Oh,
I
you
just rolled
did.
it.
You were below half HP with that.
Oh yeah, that's probably it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember you were below half HP because every time you hit him, you took damage,
Yeah, that makes sense.
even though you killed him in one turn, which was
Yes.
honestly the most ridiculous thing that to happen this season. Um, uh,
So far.
so far, yeah. Let's go with that. So far. Oh, I need to do it for Ivar. Ivar, you have 4.
So did because Poultice is going to be harvesting and stuff, and who knows how that might turn out. Violet casted Death Ward on Poultice.
Polyteens who now have Death Ward on you. Good
Just
job.
in case, trying to harvest a demon heart, causes you to take, 10d6 fire damage.
Which
Which is
might
why we're
happen.
gonna have harvest the other blood first to get fire res to harvest the heart.
Massive's laughing, but he's actually like, damn. Yeah, that won't work.
No. Massive's like, interesting. Write that down.
Also, am I to
Yeah, that's right.
understand?
Half of the time we give Massive the ideas that kill us eventually.
Yeah, half of the time,
Half the time.
that's what happens. Also, am I to understand that you're trying to harvest the blood to get fire resistance immediately? Like that's how it works? That's how you make potions?
No, that was me joking. That would take days to. Yeah.
Also, I just want to say the salamanders do not give you their blood does not give you fire resistance. They allow you to make salamander fire, which is a type of oil that you apply to your weapon. But as you finish the rest, Gala, you turn to everyone, and this is what you learn. You learn that this armor before you, called Hellion armor,
Ooh.
when you wear it, it allows you to understand and speak fiendish automatically.
Oh, poor Hellion. He didn't even know fiendish. He was using the armor. Damn. He was
Yeah,
a
probably.
pro. That's crazy.
Is it called Hellion armor because his name is Hellion, or is his name Hellion because he wears Hellion armor?
Yes.
Whoever wears the armor is alien. Yep.
In
Oh god, he's
addition,
never truly dead then.
in addition, while wearing the armor, you are able to cast a spell called Hellion's Morning Star, twice per long rest.
Okay.
All right. Also, you do know that this being magical armor, if you attune to it, it will shrink to your exact measurements. That's how magical armor usually works. If you attune to it or try to wear it, if it doesn't have attunement, it'll automatically recognize a new user and it will shrink to their size.
I'm assuming this
I
is
wonder
heavy armor.
what happens if I tune to it while Hellion's wearing it.
It doesn't happen. Well, it doesn't. It will come off of the other creature automatically. Yeah, it won't crush. Elliot, do you want to crush all the valuable things inside it?
I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be really funny.
Yeah. Also, this is a full plate of armor, so it's DC 18, AC 18, just from wearing it.
That's pretty pog.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So now you have this this armor. You know what it does.
Dibs on the armor.
Dibs on the armor?
Maybe that might have been what I said.
Are we working on dibs?
I mean, if it's heavy armor, I think the only ones that can even use it are Gala and Politis, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what their current armors are. Didn't you just get a cool cold armor, Kala?
I don't have cold. I mean, why can't I have both?
Why can't I have
Oh my
both?
Porque no los dos.
Uh-huh.
Well, look, let's sort everything out. I mean, someone's gonna need to attune to it anyway, to shrink it, to carry it, because we can't leave it on him. So,
All right. So I'm gonna say.
I guess
Take
this
it out.
attuning would be a part of the short rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Gala it only takes 10 minutes to identify. So I was gonna say this is all happening during the short rest. Who is attuning to it? Because it'll automatically get pulled off of Hellion if once you attune to it.
I would enjoy this armor a lot. That's my contribution to the conversation.
Polity's staring at Gala. I would enjoy it a lot.
No, this is me, Spyro, saying I would enjoy the armor.
what does can I ask?
Mhm.
Slightly out of character. Can I ask what Hellion's Morningstar does?
Oh, basically, you summon. I'll read it to you real quick. You invoke a fiery morning star in your free hand, lasting for the duration. If you let go of the weapon, it disappears. But you can invoke the weapon again as a bonus action. By the way, this is a bonus action to cast. You can use your action to make melee attacks with this fiery morning star, which looks exactly like the one he was using. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 piercing damage plus 2d6 fire damage.
Ooh.
The flaming morning star sheds a bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light in an additional 10-foot radius. It's a concentration spell lasting 10 minutes.
I would enjoy this
Well-
armor even more.
So Gala, Gala
Even
uses
harder.
her fists and stuff for attacks.
Yeah,
that
I
would be really-
do.
I can
And I have
practically
like
hear
1 gazillion
Oshio
attacks
kicking a
per
rock.
turn. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Oshio.
I'll let you. You can enjoy it. Just let me put
Yes.
it on once, but you can have it for now.
You have to attune to it to put it
I
on.
don't like where this is going, but I'll accept.
You literally have to.
You have to-
You literally have to attune to it for it to allow you to put it on.
Yeah, I know. I'll attune to it some other time. I don't mean now.
Once.
I
I thought you
not
wanted to go first.
Technically,
Oh, not first. Once.
You can just sort of set it down and like sit inside of it for a little bit. Just putting it on.
It's not really the same.
It's not the same.
Okay, out of character, remember that I agreed to this. Remember me.
Remind you.
Because I
Yeah, I'll
very
remind you.
forget.
Okay. So Polites, at the end of your long rest, of your short rest, you do see the armor beginning to get pulled off of Hellion and actually changes shape. You all see this as the armor begins to change shape to take the form that would befit Polites' body far better. Polites, are you putting the armor on? Can I give you the...
Yeah, I take the other one and I put this one.
Okay, so you take off your chainmail of gleaming, which is what you had. Now it's on the ground, forgotten, never to be used again.
It's not Warcraft, okay? It's it's not forgotten.
What? All right, and now you have the Hellion armor. It should be in your character sheet, and so should the spell. Also, it comes with
Yeah,
a.
I see the spell.
Uh-huh. In your
And,
inventory, it should be in equipment.
And it is
And
equipped.
now the cursed item makes Politis evil.
And now, Polites.
The cursed item, yeah.
Polites, as you finish putting on the armor, you put the helmet just to fit it all together. You all notice as Polites stops for a moment, and then she starts screaming in pain.
Oh no.
Polites, you feel each part of this armor begin to burn itself into your skin. You begin to try to undo the straps and remove the armor, but you're not able to. This armor seems to be fused with your body.
Oh.
How much damage do I take?
You don't take damage. You're just
Oh, okay,
unable to
thank-
remove the armor.
Thank you. Oh,
That's
Oh,
as far
okay.
as you know.
Polis, you okay? Just look very
It hurt a lot, by the way.
Is it hot? I mean, he was quite, hot. It's probably the armor still probably had a bit of, Helion's heat in him.
What's
he's
happening?
very
I
still.
heard screaming.
He's incredibly still.
Polis? It wasn't cursed, was it? Polis?
Maybe. Probably yes.
Did,
But,
did you put on demon armor without checking to see if it was cursed?
Well, Helion was wearing it fine.
But he was the demon.
do you have that? Have you ever had that feeling where you just ripped off a scab? It hurts at first, but then feels so much better.
I don't like where this is going. Listen,
She moves around a little bit, just getting the hang of the armor.
Do you
Feels
want,
good.
Do you need us to we could, in the village they might be able to see what is up with the curse. There's one.
What curse?
Isn't that what you said there was?
No. I didn't say it was cursed.
Why did you scream in pain?
Because it hurt while it was melting into my skin.
That I don't think that's normal.
That sounds like it's
We
cursed.
defeated it.
You just hear Tova say, Lover say from the little cliff. That sounds like it's cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so be it. There are so many curses in this world, aren't there? This one seems a bit harmless.
I wouldn't be so sure. I've had experience with cursed objects. They might appear not particularly harmful at first, but there may be more to come. We should seek if there's a way to remove whatever's affected in the armor as soon as possible.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
As I told you,
We can't do anything about it.
I told you it's gonna make Spyro evil. That's out of character, by the way.
The armor didn't have any effect on my alignment, guys.
Uh-huh.
It didn't.
That's exactly what an evil person would say.
Oh, another hero point from Rafi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rafi.
If you're messing with
Right,
cursed objects,
well,
might as well play it safe. Well.
Thank you, Rafi.
Shall we maybe harvest some more bits from him?
Well, do you want to start with Hellion
Yeah.
or do you want to start with the salamanders?
Well, the sooner we get Hellion, I mean, that's the most valuable stuff, so...
Yeah, okay. I have the harvesters.
Yes. So apologies.
Harvesting kit.
You're the one that is able to do this, and this is going to be an Arcana check with proficiency because you have the harvesting kit.
I don't want to watch you cut
Okay.
out the dead body. I'll be back over here with the Gloomstalkers.
So
Can we,
I'm
like-
gonna roll Arcana.
Can we
And
help?
it's
Can anyone
supposed to-
help to give advantage or something?
So
or-
anyone with proficiency with Arcana can help and give her advantage. Yes.
Violet will help then.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. So
Um,
apologies.
I'll just roll Arcana, and then we have the proficiency. If that's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Wait. Calm down. Just calm yourself. You take out the tools, and you start to realize this armor is getting easier to move in the more used you are to it. You still can't remove even your helmet, but I mean feeling okay. It's feeling okay. That's good. All right. And as you pull out your harvesting kit, you all see all the bone saws and sharp knives that she has used for harvesting. You're going to be rolling an Arcana with advantage. We can add the proficiency. You can instead of adding the proficiency, when you click on roll, it'll give you a quarry. You can add the +3 from your proficiency. It's +3. You have +3 proficiencies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, +3 proficiency. So add it to the quarry. So it gives us the real number. Depending on what you roll, that's what you're gonna be able to harvest.
Like on situational bonus, I write +3.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you don't have proficiency with
Advantage.
Arcana? Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Those are
And
really
then-
close.
Gala
Mm-hmm.
pokes her head up, just like, oh, actually, I think you should cut here, as I use Flash of Genius again.
That adds how much intelligence? 3.
That's 3.
So that turns a 14 into a 17. That's the final roll, correct, everyone?
We're starting least difficult to most difficult, right?
Yeah, it was already with advantage, so we can't use 0 points.
Yep,
Yeah, we
no
can
0
do
points. So yes.
I don't think I can give anything to that. Only if I was doing the roll.
Well then,
Yeah.
Polites, you begin to harvest the creature. You start with the horns. You actually cut the horns pretty well. You get 2 horns. Well, yeah, you get 2 perfect horns. They were not damaged. You cut them very well, so you get 2 of Helion's horns. Now, how many vials do you all have?
Um,
4.
4 vials?
0.
Okay, so
I have alchemist supplies.
I have an
but,
ink bottle I can
no-
empty.
okay, let's just say if you empty out the ink bottle and wash it very, very well, I'm gonna say you get 5 vials of fiendish, Helion's fiery blood.
No.
Okay.
Okay, Gala, delete your vials because you're not gonna see them again.
No, my vial.
Oh no!
How do you delete an item?
Oh, you in your character sheet, do you
Click the
see?
lock icon at the top.
Yep, lock icon at the top, and then you go to the item, and you can edit and delete and
Okay.
whatnot. All right. So
Wait a second. Do you still have those poisons that I gave you guys?
no,
Those aren't in
no.
vials.
Five vials are the most you're gonna get from.
Oh,
from
okay,
this.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Unfortunately, now comes the bad part. You realize that during the fight, Helion's tail took some severe damage, and it is practically unusable. Even while you're trying to harvest it, you realize this is not going to be usable for anything. And then you cut into his chest. And not only did all the damage he take also damage his heart, but also as you are cutting into it, your blade makes this huge gash that makes the heart nearly destroys the heart. But it does get it to a point where it's just unusable for any crafting at all. So you managed to get the horns and the blood.
Yeah.
It wasn't an easy roll, basically. you all witness this as she only manages to come out with the blood and the horns. Hellion horn.
That's unfortunate.
Putting it into your inventory, by the way.
Okay.
Hellion's blood vial. 5 vials of Hellion's blood. Alright. The rest destroyed. Unfortunate. Anything else you wish to do, Polites?
To scavenge the other 2 monsters.
Okay. So you're gonna have to do a roll for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first one, roll another Arcana.
Still with advantage, RB.
Yeah.
Assuming RB is helping, yes.
Watch now. This will be like a natural 20.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes, isn't it?
Nope, but still.
It's an 18.
Still an 18,
Actually,
still
it's
better.
a 21.
Actually, it's a 21. Okay. I got.
That's not Splash of Genius. That's actually.
It is. It is my actually move.
Oh my god. You
Time to
should change.
spam the emote.
I don't. Oh yeah. Spam the emote. Spam the actually emote. Give me a moment. Yeah. There we go. Actually, any actually emotes works. Good news, Polites. These seem to be significantly easier to harvest, and this one seems to be in a much better condition. You managed to recover 4 vials of salamander blood and a pouch of salamander scales. Wait, you don't have vials.
We don't have vials.
You don't have vials. You can empty out a flask, I guess. Not a flask.
A water skin.
A water skin. Yeah.
Yeah, Violet will
Okay.
empty out her water skin. She needs it, but she'll just take water from other people.
Man, shut
Right,
the
guys?
fuck up.
You ever figured out what happened to the vial of the poison that I actually used? Because I used the poison against the witch.
You threw it away.
Once you use it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
But yeah.
consumed.
It was in the heat of battle. Let's go with that.
Yeah, Violet will hand the oddly my water skin. And
I
let
have
us
some
with that.
vials.
You had vials.
Well, as in
Ocio, I don't need the water skin.
yeah, but I just wanted to be funny and say that I have a flask of holy water, but I probably shouldn't. Those probably won't mix very well.
Oh no, that would be amazing. You do it. Please put.
There's another salamander. So.
Okay, please put the holy water. Mix the holy water with the demonic blood. There we go. All right, there's that, and roll for now the final one.
Did we get scales? Yes, we got.
Yes.
Pouch of salamander scales. Yes. Perfect.
And finally,
Oh,
I
that's,
assume there's no
very bad
actuallys.
Unfortunately, I'm all out of actuallys.
Okay, so no more actuallys, which means, Polites, you realize that this salamander has been damaged beyond harvesting. There's nothing that is useful here. The little you get is just to supplement what you already got, which isn't much. So what
Okay.
you got is what you have.
Right, well, that wasn't terrible. We got some bits and pieces. We got the armor, which is cursed. We got
Not
some
good.
blood and horns and more blood. And did we get some scales?
Yes, a pouch of
Yes.
salamander scales. Also,
All right.
Polites, you are currently over encumbered.
Police, do you want me to
Mhm.
carry any of that?
Wait, guys, I played
Um,
enough Baldur's Gate 3 to know that we can just send any items to camp. Just right
yeah,
click, guys.
No.
I'm gonna send the Hellion's Horn, both of them, to Gala.
Okay.
Mhm.
That should be enough.
I don't.
Not even close.
Not even go. They're quite. They're not. They're heavy, but not like enough for that. I assume.
Oh, I haven't actually
Um,
been putting things in the
Oh
bag
no!
of
Oh
holding.
no! You're
That's cool.
fine. You, Polites, you just don't need to go past the 255 mark.
Oh, okay, then all good. All right.
Yeah.
Politis,
Yeah.
can you read those runes now? The summoning circle?
Can I?
You can, but they don't actually spell anything.
Oh,
Oh, they were just. I thought there was something that
Yeah.
we were like,
No,
oh,
just
if we knew
magical. It's just
infernal.
magical
then-
runes.
massive!
Oh.
I've,
Yes.
I've
Do
encountered
not
a
wear the
problem.
armor.
Yeah,
rule.
Socio.
So you know how you gave me the character bag of holding to put things in?
Uh huh.
I don't actually have the option to transfer things to the bag of holding.
You don't have the option to transfer thing to the bag of holding character. How?
With the trade window, unless there's another way to move them.
There will be soon. Keep going. Keep RPing, please.
I like to drag. Can I drag?
No. No. Don't try it. Don't try it. Let me try to figure it out.
Well,
Anyway,
should we get back to town?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We've got this stuff as proof of our success. They can come here and have a look at this sky if they want more proof.
The three Gloomstalkers, like, we can vouch for you.
Yeah. Just, anyway. Isn't really anything else here, so yeah.
Right. Oshio, try now.
Okay. Hang on, let me close and reopen it. I do. Hang on.
Try trading.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right. I just gave it to my name, Jeff.
Okay. Oh, there we go. All right.
All right. Cool. So with that done, Ivar does tell you that. Okay, I will accompany you back to town as well. What about you? And turns to the Gloomstalkers. Gloomstalkers go. We will secure this area. Make sure everything is fine. Pauses for a moment. Tova, go with him. Myself and Frey, we will be making sure that everything is in order and trying to make sure these runes are destroyed as best we can. Just in case.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say be careful. Just trying to open up a summoning gate. You don't want to, I don't know, like mess up and have it open a gate to like someplace dangerous.
Aye. We'll be careful, don't worry. I don't think he put enough juice in it to actually make it work. But we'll be careful. Polites, Violet, Ivar, Gala, and Sherry, you all begin to make your way back to town. Let me just activate this. Right. And As you're making your way back to town,
Making our way downtown.
you happy with that, RB? You
I am
proud of
very
that?
happy with that.
Okay, good. No, that's what that's what matters. That's what matters. That you're happy with that, RB. All right, cool. As you are making your way back to New Thrain, there is a moment where all of you, except for Violet, this is around half an hour into the walk. All of you, except for Violet and Lova, who is with you all, you feel like something is tugging at your mind. You all come to a sudden stop. And Violet, what you see is Polites, Gala, Sherry, and Ivar. All of them stopping in their tracks and staring blankly into the distance.
Guys,
What's wrong with them?
I don't know. Guys?
They don't do
Gals?
this. This is not normal, right?
Violet's like waving her hand in front of their gazes, their eyes.
Nothing seems to be happening. Lovas go, alright, how about we sit them down just in case?
Yeah, okay.
Alright,
Is this everyone? Is this all the PCs or not, including Ivar?
all the PCs, yeah, including Ivar. You bring them to the side of the cave, and you sit them down. They seem to be okay. Their minds are just they're just staring off into the distance. Vacant looks, just as if nothing is going on in their minds, more so than usual.
Excuse me, what was that?
What was that?
Nothing, I'm staring from the distance. I didn't say anything.
I'm not sure what's going on. Hello. She's gonna try and knock, like just knock on their heads as if there's someone home, like on the gala.
Nothing seems to be happening. You're knocking on Gala's head? Okay. Nothing seems to be happening. Lova just goes, alright, so I'm gonna go to New Thrain. I'm gonna bring the healer. See if she can help us with this.
Yes, that'd be good. Thank you.
You sit tight, eh?
Hi.
And she begins to dash off towards New Thrain. It's still 15 to 20 minutes away, so plus the trip back, she's gonna take a while. But you're there in the darkness with your friends just staring off.
Hello, darkness with my friends.
RB, I know you need to go. This would be the time for you to go, because Violet is not going to have a part in this any longer.
What to say? I'll head on out. Okay, bye, guys.
It actually fits pretty well. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. As we pull away from Violet towards the minds of Gala, Sherry, Polites, and Ivar. Also a hero point from Lightning. Thank you, Lightning.
Thank you, Lightning.
You all four of you, suddenly you found yourselves elsewhere. It's almost like you were pulled by ropes towards another location. You don't know how you got here, but everything seems to be warped and not stable. Before you, you see what seems to be a great hall, full of tables and foods of all kinds, although a lot of them that you start to realize are food that you've been seeing here in the underground. But others also from the surface. You see fruits that you haven't seen in a few weeks at least. You see several different types of meat. These two long tables. And
Gala,
yes,
I'm sorry, continue.
there's these two long tables full of food, and then there's a passage between the tables that leads to what seems to be a small throne. Currently seems to be empty. It's a black throne.
Gala pinches her cheek.
She does so. And then, Gala, you feel something knocking on your head. But you don't know where it came from.
What? Do I feel the pinching of my cheek?
Yeah.
Something's weird. How did we get here?
Don't worry. You hear in your minds. And then it starts to shift from a voice inside your minds to a voice coming from the room. And you all look, and the empty throne from before now has an individual sitting upon it. You all look as you see this deep dwarf, dark skin like the others, a full head of hair that seems to be braided into two long braids over his shoulders, and a long beard that also seems to be braided into two braids. He's sitting there, leaning forward, an elbow on one knee, a hand on the other knee, as he smiles. Welcome to my mind palace.
Wait, that voice.
Aye. It is I, Olaf Blackbones.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was a little bit worried for a second, you know.
I'm sorry for giving you a
This is quite a nice
fright
place you
loss. Aye, I'm sorry for giving you a fright
No,
loss.
it's all right. This is quite an impressive place. Wow. I mean, I
Aye.
know it's, you know, inside in a mental place, but it's still a place.
When you're nothing but a brain, you start making do with what you got. And what I got is a lot of time to make my own mind palace. This is based, and you see him look around fondly. This is based on my old home, 2,000 years ago. Although
You said this is based.
it is quite based, yes. Although I did put a few embellishments here and there.
Well, of course, why not improve?
You know it. So, I've made my way to a safe location, like I promised. And
Good to
like
hear.
I promised, now is the time. If you have any questions for me, now is the time to ask them, because once we're done here, lasses, and lad, as he looks towards Ivar, I'm going to break the connection completely. And I'm going to be gone. I'm going to make my way to the
Alright.
surface. I'm going to disappear. You're never going to see me again. Hopefully.
Oh, don't be like that. You know, I'm sure we'll reunite sometime. We're old friends at this point.
Maybe. If you behave. And you see him stand up and he begins to walk around to all the empty tables. It's a bit empty, isn't it? And he snaps his fingers and you see all manner of deep dwarves and deep gnomes begin to appear all around the tables as this feast is taking place. You all see they're all unstable images. It's not perfect, but you do feel that more, let's just say, festive mood around you. It's a little bit better, isn't it?
Right, yeah. We can talk over food and drink.
Of course. Of course. Food and drink. Actually, I have a better music. Maybe. There we go. I got music, food, drink. You're not actually eating anything or drinking anything, but I made sure to make all the flavors just like I remembered.
Oh, even better, won't put any weight on. Perfect.
Good. Also,
Um,
it's been 2,000 years, so I might not remember it exactly, but you know, it is what it is. It is what you got.
Right, yeah. Gotta sit down and try some food.
All right. You begin to eat, and everything is cooked really well. Everything begins to taste really good. The
Oh.
meats are all cooked perfectly. You see fruits that are completely fresh. All manner of food is before you.
And it all tastes good?
It all tastes good. Yes. You see, he's also eating as well.
Compliments to the mine chef.
I'll pass on the message. All right.
Right. Well, since we've got you, I was curious about a few things.
Go on. I'm an open book, as I promised.
Although before that, I don't
another
know
hero
how.
point.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Before that, I don't know how far this connection of yours extends. I don't know if you're aware of what we just finished doing. Not to brag or anything, but it's pretty cool.
I don't know. I have been busy trying to, control my undead minions to make sure I don't get squished.
Understandable. We were also trying to not get squished by a big old demon, and we killed him, which is pretty awesome.
A big demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi! As he raises his hand, comically because he's a dwarf, and then you actually start seeing as he begins to grow until he's about Hellion sized.
Yeah, he was that big.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you got the general, did ya?
Yeah.
He begins to shrink down again. Oh, that's mighty interesting.
Yeah. He was. His fire hurt. I think I've lost a part of my soul permanently, but
Oh, you definitely did.
well,
That's how he gets you.
yeah. I got the rest of it, so I think I'll be all right.
I didn't even know he was still alive.
Yeah,
No,
he's
he's
just
not.
been chained up. I guess he did say he's been around for a pretty long time.
Of course he was chained up. That makes sense. You see, he has this leg of what seems to be some lizard creature in his hand as he's just munching away absentmindedly as he's thinking about everything. I see.
Right.
Congratulations on surviving such an endeavor. You did
Thank
better
you.
than some of our people did.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud, honestly. I was pretty scared of him, but there we go. I mean, I guess he was a bit too preoccupied summoning an army and regaining his strength after being freed. So
Of course he was. That's what he does.
he is a general after all.
Aye.
Um,
He's a lot more complicated to deal with when he has the whole army with him.
I can imagine.
I can attest to that.
Oh, you've fought him?
What? You don't know? He turns to Ivar. You lad, you're from here? The sagas tell you anything? Ivar just looks at no. I do not know what you're talking about. The sagas do not talk about fiendish monsters. At least not from when you came. Oh, they don't, do they? Interesting. You'll have
Do I
to
smell a
excuse
cover-up?
me. Possibly. You'll have to excuse me. It's been a long time since I've talked to anyone, so I don't know the way this little village of yours took after leaving Thrain. It's very interesting. How about you tell me, lad, what the stories say about Harsin and Thrain? You all look at Ivar as Ivar looks. He looks at the dwarf, but the dwarf just like signals for him to turn towards Gala, Sherry, and Polites. And, no, tell them. Tell them. It's time to tell the sagas, lad. So, I'm going to say that Dusk isn't here, so I'm just going to fully take over and use Ivar for exposition.
Wow, Ivar, you're so knowledgeable.
I know all the sagas. To be fair, he does know a lot about the sagas, so
True.
yeah,
He does talk about them constantly.
He does.
constantly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean constantly?
Ivar, you're like talking about the sagas. You're like a man possessed by some higher being almost.
Yes, of course.
It's the sagas, what do you mean?
It's the sagas.
You
Yeah.
uncultured swine!
So, well, according to the sagas, you see him ponder for a bit. We were living in Thrain for several thousands of years, around the Heartstone, the large air stone in the center of our city, using it to fuel some of our tools. And then that supposedly is when sorry. We were ruled by 5 noble houses of Thrain, by the Boulderbrows, the Silverbeards, and you see him like fiddle with his ring. The Silverbeards, the Thunderlords, the Blackbones, and the Axebreakers. We were at peace. We were worshipping the Shaper, and then Harsin came down with his undead army and attacked us. The Boulderbrows and the Silverbeards led all the civilians and survivors out of Thrain. The Thunderlords were our main form of defense, and they attacked first. They held the line. The Blackbones and the Axebreakers were not able to leave. They joined the fight and they were not able to leave Thrain, so the Boulder Browns were the only one. The Boulder Browns and the Silverbeards were the only ones who were able to escape. Harsin did not pursue us, and our people, went on to form New Thrain. That is what the sagas tell us. That was 2,000 years ago. Any of you looking towards Olaf?
Yeah, sure, politics will be. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking towards Olaf, you see him as the story is being told. He's like nodding, and then you see him raise his eyebrow, then smiling, then leaning back, and then you just see him relaxing as he's taking a drink. That's a good story. Let me guess. Boulder Brows made that up. Or was it the Silverbeards? Probably the both of them. Probably. They always did like to work together.
So you have a slightly different telling, I'm assuming.
I was there. I don't know.
I'm
I don't have
quite
to
interested
use
to
the
hear it.
sagas. I don't have to read or have sagas told to me. I was there. I know what happened. Although, take it with a grain of salt. I am, after all, one of the black bones that was left behind and didn't survive. And I'm undead. And you see him, like, pretend to be a zombie as he's walking around. Clearly enjoying having a body, even if it's not real. You see that Ivar seems a little bit frustrated.
I mean, I'm interested to hear your side.
Aye. So, that's right. That's very right. Part of it. We did have 5 families. My own family, the Blackbones, Oxbreakers, and Thunderlords were the premier military might of our quaint city. Silverbeards and Boulder Brows. They were the penny pinchers and tradesmen, bureaucrats. They were everything that did not require picking up an axe, if you know what I mean. No surprise that when things took a turn, they were the ones that did not pick up their axes to fight. I mean, no offense, young Silverbeard descendant. I see your ring as he looks towards Ivar's ring. That was a long time ago. I'm not saying you're that type. I'm just saying your descendants would. But that's a bit of an inaccuracy. What do you see? Arson wasn't the first visitor we had in our little city. No. Before Harson came around, we were attacked by demons and all manner of fiends. It wasn't Harson that started to slaughter us. It was the fiends. Led by, let's just say, a general that was yay high. This time he doesn't increase his size, but you get the idea.
Well, guess you consider Throne avenged in a way.
Aye, in a way.
Bit long overdue, alas, but, you know, continue, sorry.
He was leading the forces. They attacked. As far as I understand it, we were a bit disconnected from the rest of the world. Also, Sev, your mic is picking up static.
Sorry.
No problem. We were a bit disconnected from the rest of the world, but as far as I understood it, as far as I was told, at the time, the floating islands were in the middle of a war against demons. An invasion. The demons were actually doing a good job eliminating people, taking over islands. And it would appear that this island was proving a bit more difficult. From what I learned, the demons, they want to take over our little city, not because they wanted to take over a city and rule over it, but because of the air stone, the heartstone that we lived around. Do you know what the heartstone is, lasses?
Oh, I know. Keeps the island up.
Aye.
I'm
Every-
good at these.
Every island has a heartstone, or several.
This
Our-
one has quite a few, I'm pretty sure, but yeah.
This one has 3 heartstones.
Oh,
All of them the size of, well, our heartstone in Thrain. All 3 heartstones are split into different places in Thrain. The other 2 locations, only a select few of us know where they were. And we'd like to keep them a secret, Because who knows what happens if you destroy one of the stones?
Well, I think it will probably be pretty self-explanatory, really, if they're keeping the island.
Aye. That is what the demons wanted. They wanted to take over Thrain and then use the stone, destroying the stone, causing mass destruction to most of the island. We don't know if the whole island would fall or if it would just crumble into different pieces. Either way, I don't think anyone would survive the cataclysm. That's what they wanted. Because the forces that were here in this island were apparently too strong for the demons. They were the resistance. You know who told me all of that? An individual.
Or didn't you say you lived through it?
Aye, no. Well, the information from the surface. I was not
Oh.
living in the surface.
Oh, right, yeah.
Harsin.
Oh,
I met with Harsin long before this so-called invasion. It was my family that opened the gates for Harsin. Because at the time, we were already at war with these demons. The demon general came down, started destroying our home, started destroying Thrain, started taking over Thrain. The Thunderlords and the Axebreakers, they were fighting the demons, not the undead. But we were losing. And before we knew it, Silverbeard and Boulderbrows had already evacuated. All fairness, probably was a good idea. They took everyone in the city that was loyal to them, and everyone else in the city was left to die to the demons. I witnessed it firsthand. One day they were just gone. You see him pause for a moment. I saw a lot of my kin slaughtered. And then I talked to Harsin. He promised that he would be able to help us with the demon. But in exchange, we will be helping him with the war effort. And I, on behalf of my Blackbone family and the rest of Thrain, I accepted that deal. Next thing we know, Harsin arrives, using the Heartstone itself to make an army of undead from the remaining people of Thrain. We fought the demons. As far as I heard, Harsin cornered the general at one point, and he said he took care of it. I guess he didn't kill the general, he just entrapped him somehow.
yeah, he was like in a seal kind of thing, like big magical chains.
Sounds about right. 2,000 years of being chained up. Decent punishment, I guess. Getting butchered by y'all. Much better. But yes. Afterwards, Harsin took the undead. I was not among the undead that he took. He wanted to leave a contingent of undead down in Thrain. The Black Bones family and our retainers took care of that. The undead army went up, and sometime later, Arsene returned with them, said he had no more need for the undead. And while we were all dead, killed by either demon or Harsin's magic to save our town, Harsin promised that we would be able to live out our lives in Thrain. That he would make sure there was a way for us to keep going even after he was gone. What we didn't know was that that kind of implied that we wouldn't be able to leave the city. I personally believe that Harsin did it as a countermeasure to keep the undead from leaving and turning on the living on the surface. Probably smart. I don't know. Some of us retained our intelligence. Some of us weren't powerful enough to do that. All I know is that whenever an undead now leaves the borders of Thrain, we quickly begin to decompose. We start losing our energy until we just become corpses. And that's why I am in the state that I am. I found a way to, let's just say, preserve the important part of my body, even without Harsin's magic.
Oh, she's like sticking her hand up.
Yes, lass.
But it's keeping the undead from decomposing. Could that also be related to the grief aura that makes people sad?
Aye, the grief aura. That wasn't there initially. And that is a problem even for us undead. Doesn't affect us the same as the living. But it does instill us with grief. It made a lot of lives miserable. Well, unlives miserable. The grief aura comes from the Heartstone, or at least the building connected to the Heartstone. That thing has been sealed off for a long time.
Do you think there might be something inside that's causing it?
Apparently, you did say that Harsin is there.
So we've heard.
I was
As
there.
far as the village knows, as believes, obviously, you know, you've proved, or at least according to your account, they might not be right about a lot of things, but we were led to believe that Harsin is within the sea.
Well, take this again with a grain of salt. I'm not sure about the recent developments. It's been around 1,000 years since I've been in that city. As I told ya, I managed to make my escape. And then I got caught in that little hole for nearly 1,000 years. You see him frown. It was very boring.
Well, good thing you're out now.
Aye. So, I don't know what happened during that time. But, as far as I know, Harsin left the city 2,000 years ago. He left. No intention of coming back. He even told us that we would never see him again. And not by his own choice. He was probably dealing with something ominous. I don't know what it was. But I can tell you this. Whoever is in that building, in the Hearthstone, that's not Harson. There's no way that's Harson.
I see.
So it's like a fake Carson? Some
Did
sort of
Harson have
arson?
any apprentice?
Prentice, as far as I know, no, but
Apprentice follower?
I don't think so. But I only met Harson a few times. If he had an apprentice, I don't know about it. It
What
wasn't.
about an enemy
Harson had a lot of enemies.
in the city?
In the city? You like pause it for a moment. Do you want... Are you asking before or after we were all turned into zombies?
After.
Afterwards, I know the Thunderlords weren't too happy with the arrangement that were made, but they accepted it. I guess a few of them might not have been as happy or as accepting as I thought. But in the city, I don't know if anyone would be on the level of Harson. All I know is that that the one there cannot be Harson, but they're still using his energy, his magic, because the aura that is keeping us alive, well, active in the city is still there, as far as you've told me.
Right. But so you knew about the Awe of Grief 1,000 years ago.
Aye.
It's been now then at least 1,000 years. Those undead being in the city
Aye.
with the Awe of Grief.
The Order of Grief started. You see him like try to do mental gymnastics in his head. I would say about half a century after Harson left.
When did Harson leave?
About 2,000 years ago. He didn't stay in the city
the
for long.
So the Awe of Grief's been around for 1,500 years.
No. Half a century. So 50 years.
Oh, right.
So
Nearly 2,000 years then.
Nearly 2,000 years, aye. Originally, there wasn't a Aura of Grief. There was just a normal energy that surrounded us and preserved us. But then that energy turned into the Aura of Grief.
If you say that these undead were as lucid as yourself
Some of them.
originally,
Most of them.
some of them, I'd worry about whether many or any at all retain that enduring the Awe of Grief for nearly 2,000 years.
I experienced the Aura of Grief for about 1,000 years, and I will say that it did change me. It did. I've witnessed undead that were unable to cope with it, and they just walked out of the city. We always
Right.
had the option. We never stopped anyone if they wanted to stop their
So
own life.
these undead,
Aye.
they can talk and stuff. The ones that are still lucid, they just can't leave.
When I left, I'd say about half of them were quite lucid.
Right. And
The other ones were pretty harmless, especially to us undead.
the barrier surrounding the city, that also serves as the range in which these undead can move. Inhabitants of the city can move, I should say. It's you can't pass it, but one could stand on one side of it and just easily pass to the other. It's not like a physical barrier. It's just
It's not a physical barrier, no.
right. I might have some ideas about, even if Harson isn't there, I still think we need to investigate whatever's causing this, especially if, as you say, the inhabitants of the city, at least some of them are still lucid.
If you're planning on going to Thrain, which I'm guessing that's the case, I'd say you have to worry about the mindless ones, those that have lost their faculties a long time ago. They are harmless to the other undead, but if they see you living, they will attack you. It is in their
Right.
nature. You'll also have to worry if your aim is to in any way end the aura of grief that will kill all the undead in there.
Well,
You'll have to worry about the other ones that are not interested in losing their own life.
in an ideal situation, whatever's causing the aura of grief is more like a corruption or addition to what was originally simply keeping them alive. But we'll have
Right.
to investigate.
I've thought about that, but the problem is gaining access to the Hearthstone Tower. Even for me, I was a Black Bones. I was one of the rulers of the city. The Thunder Lords and the Axebreakers had a good control over that place while I was there. If they are still lucid, they're not going to allow you inside, even if you manage to work your way into the city.
Do you know, out of those who were still lucid when you left, are there any you believe would be most likely to, well, most stalwart of mind to have endured another 1,000 years?
Well,
That also may be, at least open to the idea of conversing and, maybe not directly helping us into the tower, but at least helping us get an idea of what's going on.
I would assume the Black Bones, if they're still lucid, the rest of my family.
Understood.
There's not a lot of us. There wasn't even back then. But if any of them are still lucid, talk to them. Tell them Olaf sent you.
Will do.
They might
Thank you
help
for the,
Yeah.
thank you for the insight. This changes a lot of things.
Well, I'm sorry to have shattered your perception of reality, lad, as he
Oh,
looks at
okay.
Ivar.
Oh yeah. I don't know about him. He's probably still processing. I think he'll react in
Yeah, he will react in
roughly 1 week's time.
Yeah, well, roughly.
Um,
Yes.
I had a question. It's just in general. You might have an answer though.
Now's the time to ask all the questions.
Is there any way to like disguise ourselves so that the undead think that we're also undead, so they don't attack us when we're
I
sneaking
might be able
into
to
the
answer
city?
this because we had there was the scroll to alter magical perception of an individual. Probably could only be used on one person, but
It's magical
mean,
perception
yeah.
of the Venetian spells towards that individual. Not if people will still see you as your form.
Well, yes.
Only divination spells and magic
Or,
basically detects you as
I've got a
another
good idea.
type of creature.
I've got a good idea. Obviously, we can go into this a bit further, but you know, I think based on our recent encounter with Helion, I think Violet might know a thing or two about undead. Gala just gives a look to Violet.
Who's
Who
not
can't
there?
respond. Yeah. Oh, she's not. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
probably
she's
at
not
this
there.
moment. Actually, at this moment, Gala's like, "Wait, where's Violet?"
Oh,
Yeah, where is she?
I only brought the ones that I had a mental link with.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she summoned a skeleton, so.
She's a necromancer.
Oh, you are as well.
Aye, I know.
I guess it just happened, and
It's
then
the first time I've seen her summon a skeleton.
She's not a really good
Yeah.
necromancer then. Just
Oh,
one wee
maybe she's
skeleton.
learning.
it's a
Pardon?
bard.
She's a bard.
I thought so. That's what she told us she was.
Necromantic bard.
I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Well, anyway, if, you know, depending on how long she can keep it, she could just summon it and tell it to go into the city, and I don't know.
Make,
I don't know
like,
what she can do with it.
Sad
We'd have to
songs,
ask
they
her.
sing it at like funerals, right? That could be a bard.
I suppose.
A funeral bard.
A funeral bard. That needs to be a thing now.
Yeah, that's a nice custom archetype.
It doesn't need to be a custom archetype. It just needs to be a bard that only sings at funerals.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Just a character story. Well, whatever you're planning to do, I am here to answer any other questions. Otherwise, the little party might be coming to an end.
Oh,
whatever-
do you have any
whatever-
questions for us? You're going up to the surface. Do you need to know what it's like?
Aye, what's the people on the surface's opinion on floating brains in jars?
Pretty bad.
I would
Yeah,
guess
they'd
so.
probably be afraid of you. Yeah.
Aye, I would guess so. What's your opinion on murder?
I could say, I don't know. I don't really know your opinion on the Shaper. I don't know how 1,000 years changes someone.
Uh-huh.
But if that's still your kind of thing, then we do know a village that worships or is, you know, into the Shaper.
Oh.
Which they would still probably not be great about the idea of an undead brain in a jar. However, if you tell them, well, actually, if you leave, well, I don't know which way you're leaving, actually, but if you left the way we came, which is might not be good for you, I don't know, because it kind of has an aura of grief kind of thing going on in there. It's like a big long corridor.
Yeah, the scary hallway
yeah.
with the ghost party.
What is
and,
that actually?
And the
Do you know what that is?
The darkness room that made me sad.
Oh, oh, the path. Okay, yes. So
Because we came here through there. It was pretty not nice.
Aye. Believe Harson set that up. I think, as far as I understand it, when Harson was still in the city that short time, he set up a corridor that would drain the undead energy, the energy from the dead on the island that would come in and fuel his power for the duration that it was there. I believe that was what he set up. Probably has been twisted over time.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
I've got something else I'd like to ask you about.
Aye.
Have you ever heard of this weird, like, white monster thingy with multiple heads that makes you forget about it when it sings?
Unless I forgot about it, no.
What monster?
Oh, okay.
See? Even that last doesn't remember.
You're right.
Right, anyway, yeah, if you know where the corridor ends up, there's like a village near there. If you tell them that you're friends with us, they might be slightly more inclined to hear you out, but you know, you're gonna have a rough time as a brain in a jar. So
Alright.
we did free them from said monster. I don't really remember it though, but I'm pretty sure we did.
Question, actually.
Yeah.
What's the biggest humanoid up in the surface?
That would probably be the my brain's forgotten the name. The
Goliaths?
Goliaths, yeah. I kept wanting to say giant. I was like, they're not giants, Oshio.
They're
They're not
technically
giant.
like half giants,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That would be the Goliaths. They're pretty big.
Goliaths, they're
Yeah.
big. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you plan on dominating a body of a Goliath?
What? No. What? Maybe. Look, it'll be easier if I find a body to walk around with.
Can it like an alive one or a dead one?
Yes. Just stares at you.
Look, at least make it like a bandit body or something.
Watch out for the spider cult. I've been hearing about them
Oh,
up there.
you could. Yeah, I mean, you could work with. There are orcs as well. They're not as tall, but they're quite burly.
Orcs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of if you find some red orcs, they're quite aggressive. Like
Yeah,
people,
they're mean.
Yeah,
People might be mean to you if you'd like try to interact with them. Maybe not as much as being brain in a jar, but people will be like less angry at you for like if you kill them.
yeah,
they're
and
really
we'll feel
mean.
less bad if you possess one of those because they're usually mean.
I think the Goliath might be the one.
All right, mate. Don't do a nice one, all right? Please, I don't want this on my conscience.
Oh, don't worry. There's nothing that's going to be on your conscience. I'm a good guy. I do good things. I just
I
need a
believe that.
body so I can walk around freely on the surface.
I believe that.
Aye.
Just be ethical about it.
I'm an ethical necromancer. Don't worry about it. All my bodies are ethically sourced.
Right, they're vegan.
They're
Cruelty free,
yeah, they're all vegan.
organic
Authentic
pot,
grass-fed corpses.
farm to table.
Farm to table. Yeah. Morgue to, I don't know, whatever.
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah.
Black
it's hard.
Goat
It's-
Farm remembers.
But yes, so, all right. So last chance. Any other questions you have for me?
No. None
really
in particular. I guess. Good luck. Don't die again.
When you lived as long as I have, lass, you'll understand that luck is very little to play in the grand scheme of things. but I appreciate the sentiment. And
I
if
don't know
we
what
do
celebrate like.
meet again, don't try to kill me.
I mean, we didn't really at the start, the first time either.
Aye.
So I'm
But
sure we
don't
won't
try to
again.
kill me. Okay.
Oh, why would I?
I won't try
Unless
to
you're
kill
doing
you
mean things.
if it makes you feel any better.
We'll make a mutual pact then, and we won't try to kill each other.
Okay, so I won't try to kill you, and you won't try to kill me.
It's a deal.
Okay, cool.
Just don't do anything that makes us want to kill you.
Okay,
Just-
bye.
I'd be sad because you seem nice. Thank you for the, I guess, imaginary feast. I'll still be hungry later, probably.
Your name's Sherry, right?
Yeah, I'm Sherry.
You are way too sweet for this kind of life.
Yeah.
You watch yourself, all of you. I like you. Even that one. And points at Ivar. Just still contemplating
yeah,
contemplating life.
He's going for it, I think. My whole life was a lie.
I'm part of a clan of betrayers. All right,
Right?
be safe and don't do anything stupid.
We'll try not to. We do sometimes, but
Don't sign a contract with a fiend. Got it.
Yeah, usually that's a
without
bad
reading
thing.
it through properly first.
Don't do it in the first place. Oh,
Unless you plan to kill them.
I got a little tip for you.
Yeah?
The Silverbeards and
Yeah.
the Boulder Brows, they left the city without the rest of us knowing. I don't know because I've never looked for it. There might be a secret passage somewhere that they used
Oh?
that leads into the city.
Oh.
Sadly, I'd never actually looked for it, never cared.
Well, luckily, we know lots of Silverbeards that might know.
Actually, know lots of Boulder. You know a couple of Boulder
Well-
Brows because the Silverbeards have been dead for 800
Oh.
years.
Right, the Bold Brows then, that's what I meant.
Thank you, Tony, for another hero point. Y'all are getting a
Oh,
lot of
Tony,
hero
thank
points.
you.
Yeah, y'all are getting a lot of hero points for a session that's just RP.
We're just good at
Yeah.
RPing.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll get your points back if they're not used. But I go, all right. So he stands up, and you see all the party guests vanish.
Gala stands up as well.
The next time you wake up, I'll be gone from this place.
Alright, enjoy the surface world.
I will. I have heard a lot of things about this thing you call the sun.
It's quite warm. It's nice, honestly. Don't look at it. I mean, you don't have eyes, actually.
I don't
so
have
They
eyes.
probably could.
That
Yeah,
was
so
quite
actually-
insensitive of you, Gala. And he just snaps his fingers and you are gone.
Oh, I was about to say something.
You're gone, sorry. what,
Fired.
what, did you try to say something while you were vanishing, Sherry?
I just made vanishing away noises.
Oh, okay. All right. And thus, you wake up, sitting against a wall, staring at Violet as she's just walking back and forth. Just, oh jeez, oh no, oh jeez, oh no, oh jeez. Oh jeez, Rick.
Violet?
You're awake.
Yeah.
You just zoned out.
Yeah, did we
Talk
tell you
about it
about...
later.
Did we tell you about the brain in a jar we met before you woke up?
Yes?
Yeah, he was just like saying goodbye to us because he's going to the service world.
Oh. Okay.
He also told us lots of interesting things about trains. So
Okay, maybe we should go to town then and talk about that. I've been standing here
Yeah,
and
I
I've
think-
heard a lot of noises.
I
right,
think Ivar needs to think through some things before
Yeah.
we talk.
I
Ivar's
agree.
just staring into the distance, but active, not just eyes faded. He's just, uh
We don't really have the sun around here, but maybe we should wait for dusk to talk about it.
huh. And as you make your way back to town, this is going to be a very short session. This is where we're going to end tonight's session because we are
Mhm.
missing 3 people. And the rest of the conversation that is going to ensue, I believe, needs the 5 of you. At least 4 of you. Because, let's be honest, Ivar needs to work through some stuff.
Yeah.
At
Mm.
least, and it's always nice for Violet to learn about the stuff as well. But yeah, short session where you gathered loot, and there was a bit of an info dump, I guess.
I love info.
Yeah, lore dumps. There we go.
And dumps.
You ruined it. You ruined it for everyone.
Okay, a bit of the
No,
role play.
it was an awesome exposition, honestly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to get information out to the players.
Mm.
Yeah, well, in this case, it makes sense that you earn this guy's information. So
Yeah, it was a fun way to do it as well.
yeah. And let's see. I'm gonna find someone to raid real quick. And this was the first session of 2024.
It is.
Whole year.
Oh, we haven't seen each other since last year.
Oh,
It's
I missed
been
you guys.
I missed you
crazy.
so much too. Who's doing what? Let's see.
Oh, just a bit of an update. I'm taking a bit of a streaming hiatus while I finish up the book because the deadline for the book's this month.
Ooh.
So
All right. Cool. Well, either way, go sub to Sev and Oshio, those that are in chat that haven't done that, because these people deserve it.
No,
of-
you should sub
all
to
of them.
massive.
No.
I
What
know
do
you
you
told me
mean,
not to
these
promote my stuff too
people?
much. I was actually anti-promoting it just there, but normally you at least give us a little bit of a shout out on that, and I'm just
I
like,
do.
come on, break.
You're fine, Sev. You're fine.
Yeah.
Trying to find someone. There's no VTubers playing D&D.
No,
No.
first world
Bullshit.
problem.
It's such a niche audience. It was bound to,
What is this bullshit?
one day we wouldn't find one.
Holy shit. Are they? What is this? Alright, these people seem to be... Oh no, they're Spanish. Okay. I'm not gonna send you to Spanish speakers.
You heard it here first, guys. No, I'm
What?
kidding.
What? Ah, VTuber! Yay, hey look, a D&D one-shot. There we go. Cool.
What I do when I can't figure out who to raid.
No,
Raid Red or whether
I always struggle. I always struggle with that. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know who these people are as per usual, but let's give them a hello, a hearty hello. Let's give them a follow. Follows are free, so if you like their stuff, follow them. Follow these people in the stream as well because they're awesome. And next week we shall continue this adventure. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.